You are what I waited for. Oh, you make me touch the sky when I'm down.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I created this peach super glowy look without foundation, perfect for Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day or any occasion really. So if you want to see how I created this look, definitely keep on watching. So the first thing I'll be doing is moisturizing my lips with my favorite lip balm by Swaab. I love this. It's the only thing that works for me. Next we're going to hydrate the skin, and I'm starting with this Sukin Hydrating Mist Toner, which I'm spraying all over my face. It feels so fresh and it's infused with rose water. Next I'm going to moisturize my skin with the Sukin Rosehip Night Cream. This is my favorite moisturizer of all times, you guys. I use the day cream all of the time, but I've just recently started using the night cream during the day as well, just for that extra moisture during winter. So now it's time for the glow up, and I'm using the L'Oreal Glow Chérie in Light Glow. I'm going to apply this all over my face, and this is going to act as that luminous base underneath all other products. It's going to shine through. If you have oily skin, then maybe you don't want to apply this all over your face, but just to the point where you want to be extra glowy, or you could even skip this step. Now it's time to conceal, and I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind in the shade Neutralizer, and I'm just dotting this underneath my eyes and blending it out with my fingers. I won't be using foundation today, but I'm going to layer concealer and other products for some coverage, but sometimes I just like to skip foundation. This is actually how I do my makeup most days, just all points of the face that I want to either color correct or highlight and bring forward. You could totally stop concealing here if you want that really natural look, but today, since we're going to use color, I'm going to add some extra coverage. So I just added a little drop of concealer directly on top of my sponge, and then I'm just blending that onto the eyelid. And I also added some more concealer underneath the eyes to balance that out and get that extra coverage underneath the eyes, which I really want for this look. So I also apply a little bit extra on the inner corners of my eyes because I have a little bit of darkness there. And then I just spot conceal my little scars and blemishes, and I just tap that concealer in with my finger. I just love that natural finish that your fingers give you. And then I'm doing the same on the sides of my nose, a little bit on the redness of my cheeks. And then to highlight, I also like to apply some concealer around my mouth and on my chin to bring those forward. And since I've been wearing my aligned braces, I've been noticing a lot more shadows around my mouth, so the concealer really helps with that as well. And then I really pushed that concealer in with my beauty blender since we added a little bit more product here. And we just want to make sure that we're crease free, as well as underneath the eyes and on top of the eyes. I'm just blending out those creases. And now we're ready for powder. So I'm using the Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder in the shade Oat. So I just dipped a clean beauty blender into the powder. I tapped off the excess, and I'm just pressing that into the concealer, not baking, but really just pressing in the powder until it disappears. It took away that shine that we still see underneath the other eye. So not only does the powder set the concealer, it also makes my under eye circles less noticeable. Sometimes I don't set my under eyes, but only if I use a little bit of daily concealer, and then it sort of sets itself. I have dehydrated combo skin, so I don't have oily under eyes. I do, however, have an oily T-zone, so I do need to set that daily. So now I'm going to add a shimmery highlighter on the high points of my face, and I'm using the Rimmel London Insta Duo Contour Stick in the shade Medium, and I'm dabbing this on with my fingers to all of the high points of my face where I want that extra glow. I love this duo stick so much. It has such a natural finish. I just love it for like a daily use. It's so easy to use, it's so easy to blend, and it works beautifully on top of powder. So now it's time to contour, and we're using the other side of the duo stick. So I'm drawing a line in the hollows of my cheek, along my temples, and across my forehead. This contour stick has a warm undertone, so I'm kind of contouring and bronzing my face up at the same time. And as you can see, I applied a lot on my forehead because I really like to contour that area. Plus, I just love that super bronzy look that looks like you've just been on a sunny holiday. So now we're going to contour the nose. So I like to look straight ahead into my mirror and then draw 2 thin lines along each side of my nose. And I try to make them more or less equal. I'm also drawing a little line to accentuate the nose button, and then I'm slightly filling in between those 2 lines. Now we're going to contour the chin and most importantly the under chin. So the way I do this is I draw like a giant triangle underneath my chin, and don't worry, we're going to blend this out. And then I also draw a rather thick line along my jawline all the way to the back, and then I connect it right back to the cheekbone. So apparently I wasn't recording, but basically I blended out most of the contour with my fingers, and then I'm just going over the edges with my beauty blender to make sure it is seamless. And if I feel like I've ever over contoured, I just flip around my beauty blender where we have the leftover concealer, and I just press this in my chin, for example, where I felt I had a little bit too much contour. And then I just fill in the gaps wherever I feel like I missed a spot. Oh yeah, this is happening. We're going to highlight even more. I'm using the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle, and I'm basically going over the top of all of the spots that we highlighted previously, except for my cheeks. I'll do that later. So now I'm going to use the Catrice Prime and Fine Contour in Ashy Radiance, and with a small fluffy brush, I'm just going to add this on top of my contour on my nose. I don't want to use this anywhere else on my face because this is pretty ashy, and I want to stay pretty warm toned for this look. So now it's finally time for some color, you guys. So I'm using this H&M cream lipstick in the shade Pomelo Juice. So I'm applying this onto my finger, and then I'm dabbing this onto my cheeks, and that is going to act as our peach blush for today. This is probably my oldest makeup trick ever. I've been doing this since I was 14, and I just love the way lipsticks look on the cheeks. Glowy and healthy. I love the color payoff. You can build it up, which is what we're definitely going to do. But you could also leave it really natural, like a natural sheen. And I love the way it melts into the skin and it doesn't sit on top of your skin like some blushes tend to do. Sometimes I double up and I apply powder blush first and then lipstick on top of it because I just love that natural skin-like glow that the lipstick provides. If you're oily, you maybe do want to go for a powder blush or a less oily cream blush. So now I'm taking my MAC Soft and Gentle again, and with my finger I'm going to apply this highlighter to my cheeks because that was the only area where we didn't apply the Soft and Gentle. I always like to do my powder highlighter after applying blush so that it doesn't get lost under that cream. And then we're just going to grab a little bit more lipstick and just blend out the line so that we have a seamless blend between the highlighter and the blush. I decided to add a little bit more contour since we have so much color on the cheeks now, just to balance that out a little bit. And this time I did record the moment that I blended out my contour with my fingers, so now you can see how I do it. I basically just tap it in and try to control where it's going, and if I feel like I'm kind of going out of line with my contour, then I can just swipe with my fingers. And it has a dewy finish, which I love because it mimics the skin. So we're just, kind of blending, tapping, and then swiping away if we feel like we've blended down too much. And that is what I love about this product. Again, it's so easy to work with. To melt everything together, we're gonna do one final spritz with the Sukin Hydrating Mist. Now it's time for lips, and I'm going to start by lining my lips with the Essence Lip Liner in shade 11 in the nude, and I'm overlining my lips for more volume. And I'm filling in my top lip because it's darker than my bottom lip, so a little bit of color correction there. So now it's time for actual lipstick on the lips, and I'm using the same H&M lipstick in Pomelo Juice. So yeah, I'm just applying that all over my lips. I use this lipstick a lot in my day-to-day life. It's such a nice, juicy, peachy color. Even without lip liner, it looks stunning. And while I was at it, I added a little bit more on my cheeks. Now it's time for eyeshadow, and I'm using the BH Cosmetics Shaaanxo palette. This is the first palette that she brought out. I'm going to use that yellowy color. It's officially called Buttercup, but it looks a little bit like a mango color. And with my finger, I'm just going to stamp that all over my eyelid and a little bit in the crease. I just love to use my fingers to pack on that color, especially when it's the lighter colors like these. It doesn't really get messy or anything, and it's just a fast way to get it on there and to just really get that color payoff. And in general, I love using my fingers doing makeup. That's just the way I do things, but at some point we shall use a brush. And of course, if you don't want to use your fingers, you could just pack on the color with a flat eyeshadow brush. Ta-da! So I'm going to use the Morphe R38, but you could use just any fluffy brush, and then I'm just going to lightly tap into that same color and just blend that out into the crease so that we have a nice blown out and seamless blend. I really need to play more with this palette. It has so many beautiful colors. So now I'm taking this Milani Baked Blush in the shade Bella Bellini, and with my finger I'm going to pack this onto the previous shade, and we're going to create our own peach shade since I don't have a shade to actually match the lipstick. So I'm going to keep on adding blush onto my lid and into my crease until I feel like we've mimicked that lipstick shade as much as we can. I am also using the same fluffy brush to blend out the edges and just making sure everything is smooth and seamless. How about that? Another brush. This is the Morphe M507. I dipped my brush into that same yellow shade we used first, and then I'm drawing a line underneath my eyes, packing on that color and blending out the edges at the same time. I applied the blush on top of that straight with my finger because I felt like that packed on the color a little bit better than the brush did. And then I'm just blending the edges and the corners of my eyes with the brush. So now I'm brushing up my brows so that I have a clear view of my brow bone, because I want to add this Catrice Liquid Metal Long Lasting Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Champagne Shower. And I'm just going to add this on the tip of my finger and then apply this on my brow bone to give that pop. This liquid eyeshadow dries down so fast, so you need to blend it immediately. Like, don't mess about, don't go cook your lasagna in the meanwhile. Just blend it out straight away. And yeah, because otherwise it's just gonna mess up the work that you did before on your eyeshadows. But look at that gorgeous metallic champagne glow. It's just everything. I love these eyeshadows. Once you get the hang of it, you can apply it straight with the wand if you feel comfortable. Make sure to brush the shadow out of your brows. So now we're actually going to use this brow pencil. It's by Primark and it's the Skinny Brow Pencil in brown. So I'm lightly filling in the gaps that I have. I'm not going crazy, just lightly filling them in. And then I'm extending the tail of my brow because I like that for this look. And then I'm brushing through my brows to soften any harsh lines. And of course I'm doing the same to my other brow, which this is my bad brow. So I need to fill it in a little bit more because it just has a little less hair. So now with the Q-tip, super simple, I'm just swiping away any brow pencil that I feel like is too much. And now I'm going to apply my favorite brow gel, and this is by Hema in the shade Light Brown. I absolutely love this. I've been using it for years. It just sets the eyebrows perfectly. They are not going to budge for the entire day, and it adds a hint of color and warmth to my brows, which I really like. It's really subtle. It also adds volume to my brows. Now I'm going to apply the Catrice Inside Eye Highlighter Pen on my waterline in the shade Renude Yourself, but I decided that it was too light for this look. So I went over the top of it with the NYX Suede Lip Liner in the shade Sandstorm. So now we're going to highlight the inner corners of our eyes. So I'm going to use that same Liquid Metal Long Lasting Eyeshadow by Catrice, and I'm just dotting that in my inner corners and blending that out straight away with the Morphe M507 that we used previously to blend out our eyeshadow. If you don't feel confident applying with the wand in your inner corners, then just apply it on the brush first and then onto your inner corners, but just make sure to work quickly as this sets in seconds. So originally I just wanted to apply a thin brown line along my lash line and then just gently press that in with an angled brush, but my pencil wasn't sharp enough to go all the way in and my sharpener broke. So I had to change the plan. But if you do have a brown eyeliner, whether liquid, gel or pencil, you could definitely go for that. But in this case I had to go for a black liquid liner, and I used the Catrice Cosmetics liquid liner in color 10 Dating Joe Black. Now this liquid liner originally comes with a felt tip, but I cannot line with a felt tip. I just can't. It just never works out for me. So I'm actually using the brush of an old Hema liquid liner that I just ran out of. So I'm creating a thin line along my lash line, nothing crazy, and I'm just winging it out into a small little wing. And then I just brush out any liner that got into my lashes so that we don't have any clumps when we apply mascara, which is what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to use the Yves Rocher Volume Elixir Mascara. I absolutely love this mascara. I haven't loved a mascara in a very, very long time. So I'm super excited about this. I'm just wiggling this back and forth between my lashes and then just brushing it out. It does dry down pretty fast, so I just keep brushing and brushing. I don't wait between coats because then it does tend to get a little clumpy. So yeah, my advice is to just brush it through until you have the right amount of volume and length that you desire. This mascara makes my lashes super long. It doesn't melt underneath the eyes, and it makes my lashes stay up without curling them, which I love. My cousin got me this for Christmas and I'm like so grateful. Oh my god. So I wanted to show you this look before I apply my false lashes, just in case you didn't want to add falsies and you just want to see what the completed look would be like with just mascara on the lashes. But I am going to add false lashes because I really felt like it today. So I'm using the Primark Sultry lashes. I've never tried these on before, and then I'm using my Allure glue to apply them. So I always like to start in the middle and then push down the other sides as well. And I really like how thin and flexible the band of these lashes are. Makes it really easy to work with. If weird mascara faces are a thing, then weird lash faces are definitely a thing. Also, a recent trick, lately I've been applying my outer corners slightly higher than my actual lash line, just somewhere in the middle of that liquid liner, just to lift that eye a little bit more. And if I feel like the lashes aren't completely secure, then I just add a little bit of glue right on top of my skin, and then I just push my lashes right into that. And that is the completed look, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like this video to let me know that you want more of these kinds of videos, and subscribe if you like my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.